you know some questions?
Yes, please.
How naitung mentausnam kan National Law University of Meghalaya kan Sdang ki jingpuli ki subject paper ki ba ya dei bat ki an ki kanun ki ban yalam shaka kerdan lani ka degree BA LLB, BSc LLB, bat BBA LLB. Kani ka kerdan puli kan nona ka bentasan snam. Ki samla ki ba pas ya kani ka kerdan puli kin yo artli ki degree Bachelors of Arts but Bachelors of Law. Vice Chancellor Professor Indrajit Dubey, but Commissioner and Secretary Education Department ka Sarkar Jilla, Pravin Bakshi IAS, kilapan bana kasipaudarik ya ka Sdang jakane ka University bathamai, kaban pediangi ki samla puli ki bala pas ki ka class 12. Ki class hagane ka University kin Sdang haunaitung mentausnam. Nadu unaitung an Sdang ru ya ka puli postgraduate LLM na kabanta hitu ki samla ki bakwa ban pentibit shushu haba kilapandap ya ka kerdan LLB.
So, apart from our core faculty in the university, which every school is going to host, we are going to have a large pool of visiting faculties from the profession industry and any kind of knowledge domain where university thinks that it has to assimilate within its program itself. So the expertise, there won't be any dearth of expertise in a particular program and the courses which we want to do. Now let me come to my last leg of talks. This is relating to the development, career development of the university. So university is conscious about the student opportunity requirement today. So we are going to have a dedicated career development cell in the university. And that career development cell will advise to the career board of the students. They will also help them to choose their career based on the student interest and the attributes where they people, they can feel themselves very strong in those particular domains. They will also help in arranging the internship nationally and internationally to these particular students, and also support in the placement in the corporate, in-house lawyering, and even with the advocate and the trial court, even with the judges as a judicial clerk. At university in the future, interested to promote the legal entrepreneurship. This is a newer concept because we found that there is a lot of space in technology domain where the judicial process can be supported. And I believe there is a much less work has been done in the country, so there can be a legal entrepreneurship will be promoted within the university. And whenever we are putting the student with the trial advocate and the lawyers, or they are engaging into the legal entrepreneurship, and we found that they are not finding themselves suitable in that domain, though they have ventured there. In those cases, we will also allow them for a defer any part of the country or international, you can do that. And in the university also, we have ambition to promote a joint degree program with the university nationally or institute nationally and internationally, and we are working for that. And we have also introduced another concept in the university. It is called a micro degree program in a master's level. That means the professionals can come back in the university, they can reskill themselves or upskill themselves, and they can, at the end of the day, can acquire, once they accumulate the credit, they can acquire the postgraduate degrees. So now let me brief a bit about how we are going to administering this particular program, whatever we have talked with you until now. So in the university, we'll have, as Mr. Karumnai mentioned, that we are going to be driven by technology, educational technology ecosystem. So we are introducing learning management system in the university. We are introduced the hybrid classroom. All of our classrooms are hybrid classrooms. So that means it is not only it can be used for the physical lectures, but it can also be remote lecturing from any part of the world, and there can be real-time interactions. So we can get a professor, maybe let us say in other jurisdiction, maybe from America, Australia, Canada, or maybe some of the Europe or another country where we'll feel that that particular talent is available for us. Thought more on this particular domain itself. Now, in university, we also thought something new in this particular university. Like for the undergraduate program, we are going to introduce the dual degree program, which is somehow different from the integrated law program, which is until now promoted by all the national law universities or other universities. In the dual degree program, what we are telling that we'll have a same kind of emphasis for the domain knowledge as well as the law knowledge. So tomorrow, the student can pursue his career not only in the law domain, but they can also pursue their career in the domain itself. So imagine somebody is doing a course on policy science and law. So maybe tomorrow he might pursue or she might pursue her career most on policy science or policy science research, not in the law. Whereas somebody is doing the course in data science, so they can focus their career in the data science along with the law itself, or independently in those particular domain, but they can build on the interdisciplinary issues. In fact, in the postgraduate, university will eventually start the interdisciplinary program in the coming years, and the spirit will be the similar, so that the manpower which we are bringing, they are fit to this kind of a creative economy. We wanted our student to have exposure not only nationally and internationally, and we are working for that to work on that, how this particular things can be feasible. I wanted to talk something for the faculty, those who will be joining in this particular university or aspirant to this joining to this university. This university is going to provide a ecosystem where you will be free to conduct your research, because I believe as a faculty we all want the freedom, and we wanted to do the research and bring something which may be in the newer domain. So university is going to provide every kind of support and ecosystem for the faculties who are joining. And in the university, as we have said, that our school will be interdisciplinary. We are not looking only for the law faculty, but the faculties may come from any domain which is relevant for the university's research and the study program. So in this particular moment, I will also welcome the students in this particular university, because this will be a newer experiment, and it is a very futuristic university. It is driven on the technology platform, and this particular university will also be interdisciplinary in nature. So large number of the academic who are interested to join in interdisciplinary type of research, or want to promote their interdisciplinary courses, this is the best university to join. And with this, I will thank everybody who have joined in this particular the conference. And I will also request to the student of our state here in Meghalaya, as well as student of the entire country and even internationally, to think positively about this particular university, join this university, make this university vibrant, and develop the university by your thought process and the contribution. A different kind of a manpower, and that's what I'm repeating whatever I have told in the beginning, that we are not wanted to create a same kind of a skill set people. Every student who are going to go out from this particular university will have a different skill set, depend on his choice. So that means we are basically increasing the employability of these particular people in the job market, right? They are not same skill, rather different skill, and that's what required for a creative economy, which we have referred in the beginning. Okay. Start from the 10th July, the academic program.
So
yes, we are almost everything is in the place now. And we are going for a recruitment at present with the faculty. and I think by the end, first week of the June, will be everything ready and we'll to start.
So how is the admission students and the
I mean, we have a good number of applications we have got from all over the country for the faculty, and we have also found that many faculty who are working in leading and eminent institutions, they have expressed their interest to join. I mean, they have applied for that. And in the faculty application, we have asked for the vision for the NLU, right? And we have asked for a number of SOPs. One of the vision for NLU, what is your 5 years planning into the research, what kind of a pedagogy you wanted to use. And at my surprise, I found the people who has brought this particular kind of write-up is quite commendable. So I believe we are going to get a good faculty. And as I told you that we don't have a limitation in terms of a faculty, because we have created a hybrid classroom. So now we can create anywhere in the world. Second thing is that the courses are very small. So even if we engage some faculty in some good institution for delivering these particular courses, they can do that, because the maximum hour of the courses of 2 credit will be 22 hours. So they can engage it in physically as well as this thing. So we are going to take one of the best domain. We are going to take that. So this is relating to the faculty. Relating to the students, we are getting this particular application not only from the state, large number from outside the state itself, and we are going to have a national admission test, and which we are calling it as a Make UAT and Make PAT. UAT stand for undergraduate admission test, and PAT stand for postgraduate admission test. And I believe we are going to admit the student on the merit only. So and I believe we are going to have a vibrant ecosystem of education tomorrow. This will be conducted online, but the student has to come in a particular center, designated center of particular city, right? So there will be computer centers, and they have to go there and they have to give the test itself. But the test will be online. It will be automated. That means when we are giving, both of us giving the examination, we might not get the same question at a time. So he might get a different question, I might get a different question, but it will be automatically shuffled. That means the question will be shuffled automatically.
so all these are available
In fact, that's what we are looking for. We are talking about these dual degree programs, right? Here, the skill is not only your advocacy, because until now the law program has been looked as an advocacy program. That means somebody has to pass from this the law program, and then the avenue is to join into the trial or the court and to be an advocate, and then eventually become a judge, and this is a program. But if you see that today the dimension of the law program totally changed, and that's what we are talking about. There is a transaction which is a very strong, like any technology you are transferring in the country, any FDI you are bringing to the country, they need to have a kind of a lawyer to be negotiate on this particular issue. Any bilateral treaties within this particular state need to have a lawyer to come into these particular issues. Then we are talking about the legal entrepreneurship, because in that particular legal entrepreneurship there is a lot of things to be developed into supporting the entire ecosystem of this particular judiciary. Next thing is we are talking about large number of the PSU jobs which is require expertized legal decision making. They can join into that. And apart from this, when we are talking about the dual degree, the student who are working on the policy science, he can or she can pursue the career in the policy science. He or she can pursue the career in the management, and he or she can do the career into the data science also, where the law is going to act as a supportive domain to him or her. So what we are putting it here, a totally different dimension than the understanding which we had relating to law teaching. And that's what again I want to make a distinction. Until now we have talked about 5 years law course as an integrated law program. We are talking here as a dual degree law program, right? and it is quite different than these particular integrated law program process itself. We are also putting the options relating to the major and minors. So if you wanted to specialize in a particular domain, say for example, you can do the major in law, you can do the major in even domain itself, like in the political science. So the facility of the courses of the program which has been offered by the universities internationally. So friend, let me draw your attention about our three missions which we wanted to put in this particular university. The first one is the personalized learning, and we believe that in this particular creative society we have to focus more on personalized learning. So that means every person need not to have a same kind of a skill, rather they should acquire the different kind of a skill while they are completing their program, and that actually fits in the creative economy, right? Because we are talking that this is a creative economy, not even the the economy which was there in the yesterday. Rather, we need to innovate, we need to think differently, and we need to put things in place. We are talking about the community engagement. That means university should be closely associated with the community. So social problems should be solved by the action research, and university should keep on communicating with the community, interacting with the community, build the capacity within the community, and bringing the stakeholder again and again within the university, and try to disseminate the knowledge. And the last thing which we are focusing more in this university is the research orientation. That means from the courses or the program which we are going to initiate in the university, it will be a research based, and university continuously and its school continuously engage into the different research, so that near domain of the knowledge been created and it's been disseminated. Having said that, in the university program, let me highlight now the university basically introduce the concept of flexible learning environment. And we are basically building this particular understanding on the UGC's proposition of choice-based credit system, where the student can learn whatever they want to learn. Generally, in a university program, we generally package the courses. That means if you want to go for a BA program or BSc program or LLB program or master's program, university says you are going to get the degree if you are studying A, B, C, D, E, F subjects. But what we are telling here, that we are going to tell you that when you are going to degree, how much grade you have to complete. But you can choose the courses what you want to learn. So here there is a possibility to learn many interdisciplinary courses, or the courses which might not be from that particular domain itself. And that's what basically going to contribute into the creative learning what we were talking about. Now, second thing is that we have a large allocated credit for the non-taught courses. Non-taught courses basically are advisory support courses. That means student can initiate some of the research. They can do a self-study, but that is always a guidance. That means it is beyond the classroom. It is more with the societal engagement, and that's what we are talking about, the community engagement. That means we are trying to creating the next generation who are socially sensitive and who can really able to or have a capacity to solve the societal problem. In this particular university, we are basically flipping the concept of the program. Like as I have explained before, that in a university there is a packages of the courses, but here we are telling that while we are you can choose more and more courses from the electives which they promote. And in the university, we have a several interdisciplinary course, and those particular courses will be promoted. That means the newer understanding developed by a school, they are going to promote it as a course, and in this particular process, people will able to learn the things which might be emerging, which might be rethought, or which might able to solve the problem in the future generation. So what we are telling that our university is more of a futuristic in nature. So that means it is not only thinking about today, but it is also thinking about that what university should position itself in the future, right? So in the university, we will have three very distinct category of research programs. One is a fundamental or theoretical research, action research, and then futuristic research. So categorization will help us to focus that in which domain we are going to put our university for coming orientation of the coming days. University also focus on the interdisciplinary study. So though we are primarily the law university, but law is in a core, but we'll have the program on the policy science, we'll have a program on the management, we'll have a program on the data sciences, and all these particular domain and the discipline will interact with each other. Like today if you see, we are talking a lot about the artificial intelligence in decision support, right? And I believe you might have seen even the Supreme Court also putting a lot of emphasis on introducing the information technology in judicial process itself.